In the hardships, you pat yourself on the back because life is coming for you.
Yeah.
Crap is coming for you. How do you respond to it? You either succumb to it. It's going to define you either way. You either succumb to it or you build from it. Your purpose ultimately comes from your pain, where we started this whole thing, right? Happiness comes from purpose. Purpose comes from pain. Happiness comes from pain.
I have an idea. I'm
Yes.
inspired to kind of go back to my roots and go make a movie, like a documentary.
You've been wanting to do that forever.
For years, different topics.
Finally gonna
Before it was
happen?
success.
Okay.
Now, I've whittled down
to
success. I've had different levels of success.
Yeah.
And realized that really the thing that I'm looking for, and I believe the thing that everyone's looking for, but they might give it a different name, is happiness.
Okay.
So, documentary about happiness.
Okay.
And exploring, figuring out people to interview, ask questions, and kind of work inside of that.
This is the most I've seen you alive in like
Sweet. So we're on the right
15
track
years.
then, huh?
No, keep going.
So that's the idea.
It's
So
a documentary.
Yeah, exploring happiness,
Okay,
and
what it
I'm not
means.
sure exactly what
Right.
the details are. I just know that the topic is happiness, and
Okay.
the exploration is that direction. And
Okay.
what happens, synergistically or serendipitously is good with me. So what I'd probably start is interviewing people that I would know, and then getting to people that I think are at a level where they're happy, or they got this or got that, and kind of pick their minds about it, and maybe go on a more technical end from physical, medical, quantum science,
Great.
kind of, hit it on all angles. And then in the end of it, it could be like a year or two journey,
Whatever.
6 months,
So let's
whatever
start
it is,
here.
it doesn't matter.
This is interview
So-
number 1.
Well, yeah, I guess it could be, huh?
Let's go. Momentum.
Okay. So before we get there, I just want to ask, actually, or after, it doesn't matter. The tactical question would be,
Yeah.
is if I'm going to make this as a project, and it's got X number of months or years to it, what I was thinking to do is, while I'm creating this thing, which would be edited down at like the end of the journey, or throughout, is in the interim, I might have like a 60-minute video that maybe 90 seconds of it makes it to the final movie,
Okay.
but I can create a channel around it or put these
Yep.
these pieces of content
Yep.
there. Now, would I put that on my current channel and just kind of let it go that way as a playlist, or should I create something separate completely and just call it the Happy Project or whatever? Or what would you say?
How much do you
on a
want to
tactical?
go? How much do you want to go back to what you were doing before?
Well, no. The thing is, I don't want. This would be kind of like a side hustle.
No.
It'd be like the thing I do as a passion project
Yeah.
while I keep running my business. No major things,
Yep.
I'm gonna keep doing my business, keep doing my photography and my video on the commercial end.
I like
Right.
it. I would post it on the same channel.
Same channel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Call it playlist.
Okay.
If
that's
you.
cool.
So here's
That
the
feels
here's the
better,
thing.
too.
What's that?
That feels better too.
Good.
Simplifies
Well,
it.
then you didn't even need to ask me.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's fine. If you either want to continue to do what you've been doing,
Yeah.
and what you have been posting is still relevant to the next couple years of your life, or however long this project takes, then you just need to make sure you're still posting that content too.
Yeah.
Because if you shift all to happiness, then
Yeah,
now
no.
you're gonna get. So you need to still inject the other stuff as well.
Yeah.
So it's in addition to what you're currently doing.
Yeah.
If you say I want to cut that stuff off, then you just only post happy stuff.
No, and I don't. I want to keep generating and continuing the
So there's your
business
answer. Yep.
while I build this project, and at one point they may align. So let's go straight into it.
Momentum, immediate action. This is it.
Immediate action,
Happiness.
idea to execution.
Yes, I love it, dude. I'm pumped. This is great.
So Evan, I've known you for a bunch of years,
Okay.
and I've noticed that in the
So
last...
formal. This is now very unrich. This whole
Right?
this.
Bro, come on, I told you. All I need is to know, to be inspired. Once I'm like inspired, I do my shit. I wait for nothing for no one. But if I don't know, at the same time, I won't just go and just to be busy. I'm not going to just be busy. I've done that.
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
So, I've seen transformation in you over the years.
Okay.
And something has shifted, happened over the last, I would say, year to 2 years.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been in like daily contact with you, so I don't
Okay.
know, but I just know that the Evan I remember from a few years ago and
Yeah.
the Evan now,
Okay.
two different Evans.
Okay.
Still the same Evan, but two
Yeah.
different Evans. Now
Okay.
you're like a lot more happy and excited
Okay.
and confident. It's
Okay.
like a next level. So it
Okay.
seems like you got this other connection to happiness. For
Okay.
me, the way I would
Yeah.
say it or quantify it, I would say that it seems like you found your place. Like you're literally so inside of what your purpose is that you're just on fire. You don't need coffee, you don't need anything, just like the energy is flowing right through you. Fill me in. You tell me.
My wife said the same thing last night, dude.
You see?
And
So
she
we're
sees
on-
me every day.
Okay. Okay.
I think purpose has definitely helped, but I've had that for a while. I think without having purpose, and your purpose comes from your pain, without knowing what that is, I think it's really hard. You're just constantly aimlessly walking around. I've had that, which I think contributed overall when you knew me however long ago that we're comparing myself to, I was still a happy dude. In terms of the transition recently, two things that I carry. One is I've challenged myself more and more and more to do the things that make me scared, to do the idea to action, to not have it make sense. We did a video session yesterday where we were supposed to, you had one assignment, and I, out of nowhere, said, screw that assignment, we're going to do this assignment. Just because I felt it. Mm-hmm. The Evan of 2 years ago wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it, but I wouldn't do it. I think we all get these weird, crazy ideas at times. I've just learned to listen to them, not judge them, and attack them. And most of the time they work out. Like, why are you getting that idea? It came from somewhere, pattern recognition or somewhere else, but it's like it's coming to you for a reason. You need to see how it plays out. And so I've done that repeatedly. I've trained myself that as soon as I get an idea, I have to go do it.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's kind of like you're channeling. It's like you're open.
Yeah.
Something from the ether just, a thought that's not your thought somehow enters into your brain. Instead of thinking about it, doubting it, you just idea to execution.
I think everybody gets those thoughts, though.
Yeah,
I think everybody,
but we always overthink that.
You judge it immediately. The first step for most people is to judge it. It's easy for me to say, well, Rich is here for a certain reason.
Right. What does this have to do with this?
He just came out of training to learn how to do this video, and now I'm making him do something totally different. My whole team is here waiting to do the regular video, and then we start going a different direction. Yeah. They're like sitting down, like waiting for something to happen. But I had to do it. And just, even at the beginning of that switch, it wasn't working, right? You're fighting me, resisting, right? Don't want to do it. So now, most people, what they do, you get this crazy idea, you're already afraid to share it, then you share it, and then there's like massive resistance to it. Yeah. What do? Oh my God, I'm never going to share an idea again. No, you double down on that idea, right? You got to see it through. And I'm just using you as a proxy. That's what I've done. That's the past 2 years, right? Like, I just came back from a 90-day trip in the US, and it came because I was walking outside on a summer day, sunny day. Nina's at her work, and she loves to travel. And I decided I was going to take her to every city in North America with 1 million+ people. I just decided. I don't even like to travel. I like to travel for the people, not for the food or whatever. Yeah. And so then I decided, okay, idea to action, that's a big goal. How do you do it, right? How do you make this documentary on happiness? By doing the first interview. So it was a Wednesday, and I said, okay, I don't know how many cities there are, but we're going to go pick one and go to it this weekend. So I thought the closest city was Boston.
So you just started this tour without a plan, just kind of went to the first place? And
Boston, the tour hadn't come about yet.
Okay.
It started with, I'm going to take Nina to every city in North America with 1 million+ people.
Oh,
that was the genesis.
That was
Where did it come from? I don't know. I'm walking down the street outside of Starbucks. I'm thinking of Nina. And boom, this idea comes to me. Judge it, do it, right? Instead of judging it, you do it. So what's the closest city? I thought Boston. Okay. Actually, it wasn't Boston, but I've been to Boston. She hadn't been to Boston, had 1 million+ people. This weekend, we're going to go to Boston. Mm-hmm. And we went. And I brought Danny. And I just said, hey, Danny, you're going to Boston. It was Wednesday afternoon. We're going to leave Friday night after her work. I'm going to pick her up from work and drive to Boston. Danny, you want to come? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. And he had another camera guy. So the 4 of us hopped in my car and we drove to Boston. And then we made something out of Boston. So then I emailed my list and said, hey, I'm coming to Boston. Who's there? Who wants to meet up? Did a coffee shop meetup. I ended up getting a speaking gig in Boston. We then did a tour, and then we came back. That just happened. Like, all these people we met in Boston, I got a speaking gig just out of air to happen.
Just because you follow that kind of
Yeah,
intuition.
because I told everybody to come to Boston, and then 3 or 4 people messaged me and said, hey, you need to speak to this guy named Kit Pang, who runs a speaking group in Boston. Maybe you could speak at his event. And then a couple hours later, Kit Pang is DMing me on Instagram. Hey, do you want to speak at my event? Yeah, hell yeah, let's go, right? So we drove one day, we did the meetup and the speaking thing the next day, we did the tour, just seeing the food and the city the next day, and then we came home. Mm-hmm. I think that was great. How am I gonna hit all the cities? I don't know, but we just did one. How are you gonna do all your interviews? I don't know, but you're doing one. Mm-hmm. This is it. This is the most meaningful part. You had this crazy idea about happiness, you're all excited. Great, let me film. Evan's a happy guy, let me see what he says. Maybe it's gonna be the greatest part of the interview, or maybe the whole thing sucks and I tank it, but I built momentum for it.
Yeah.
On our drive back from Boston, we decided we're gonna go and do a tour. Nina's gonna quit her job, and we're gonna start 2019 with a tour.
And she quit her job.
And she quit her job, 23 cities. But here's the thing, if we had waited till we got home, we would wake up in the morning different people. We're coming off of this high. Like we decided on Wednesday, we just had this amazing weekend in Boston, now we're driving home. What just happened? This was not how our weekend was supposed to be. So we're feeling amazing. So in that car, we decided what we're gonna do in January. Just now, you're all pumped up and excited from this workshop and you got this fresh idea.
Yeah.
You walk in this morning, you're like, I got ideas, I'm planning stuff. Like, I'm pumped, man. Richard's coming with ideas, it's gonna be amazing. Happiness, great. You filmed your first happiness interview. That's how it starts. Because if you wait till tomorrow, you fall back into weekend life and then weekday life and then you forget about it. It's this idea that just keeps stacking up of list of ideas. You build it, you create momentum around it. So now, more than ever, that's what I've done. I've attacked ideas. You get a crazy, wild idea, and you do something about it. On the tour, I had a bunch of crazy ideas to start podcasts, to do a whole bunch of different things, and I just message somebody. And some of them work out, and some of them don't. But your ideas don't, you'll never find out about your ideas if you don't do something about them. You won't think your way through this documentary. How's it gonna look like? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's interviews, maybe it's you going off and trying something to be happy every day. Maybe you follow somebody's life around. You can't think your way through it. You gotta try it and then see.
Try it, experiment, see what.
Try and see, and try and see. So the beginning is messy. People don't like the messy. You want to have it all figured out and neat and perfect and then go and do it. But that's not how creative stuff works. It's messy. And so you gotta dive in and build momentum. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've done more than ever over the past 2 years. You've seen, hey, I've seen a shift in you.
So if I'm hearing it, what you're saying basically, the major shift for you had been to start basically following your gut, your intuition, these ideas.
And it's
they
yes.
come, you make them actionable.
Especially the ones that don't make sense. Mm-hmm. The weird ones.
That's awesome.
Following the weird ones. Not just the ones that
you
just know how to do.
Yeah. So you don't judge them anymore. An idea comes, you're like, okay, I'm going to honor that idea, I'm going to try it.
I try. I still think I probably judge a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
I still think there's still a lot more room to grow, but I've tried to get better at that skill.
So you think doing that has you, because you're judging less of them and you're taking action on more of them, you think that just kind of frees your energy up?
I'm wearing this shirt, and
I didn't read the full shirt yet.
I don't know if I'm messing up the audio on this, but it says, a bird sitting on a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking because her trust is not in the branch, but in her wings.
Right. That's pretty deep.
So in doing
simple.
So in doing this, repeatedly, I built trust in my wings.
You know what? That makes total sense. Then it frees you up.
Right?
It frees you up. Idea comes, you just try it. You're not afraid of the idea.
And in my ability to recover from the thing because I keep doing it. So even though my idea to do the interview differently yesterday goes sideways on us at the beginning, I just believe in my wings that I'm going to bring this thing back. And then I do.
So if I want to take that plane and land it, what I'm getting from you right now is that on a tactical, logical level, that essentially just frees up your mental energy.
Yeah.
Because I think we kind of make ourselves angry or sad or frustrated by thinking and overthinking and judging and doubting, then that spins us out in this negative direction where what sounds like you're doing now, you're getting the idea, you just go with it, it just frees you up, you just kind of glide, and you're happy in the process, and there's no friction there, and you're okay with it crashing or burning or not.
I don't see it as gliding. I see it as my brain is still working like crazy. Like I'm stressed out when you're not getting the thing yesterday. I'm pissed and like I'm not at you, at me. Like how do I get better? How do I fix this? How do I?
Still that energy.
My brain is working overtime, but to support me, not on this side judging and that's not going to work and how am I?
Because you're in the process of acting. It's your joy, rather than a process of thinking and doubting and worrying.
You use your brain to worry and stress and doubt and
so you're doing the flip side. You're using your brain to problem solve.
I'm in it now,
and it gives you joy.
Yeah,
so
I'm in the quicksand. I'm out of the mode of should I have gotten in or not. I'm trying to figure out how to get out.
Yeah, that's good.
So not judging the idea, I think, has really helped a lot. And then in combination with that is just doing scarier things. Like anything that if I'm afraid of being judged for something, I want to do it, and trying to push myself to do more things, like finishing the tour with my broken neck and saying it's the best. I fully believe that like these negative things that happen is the best because it's your chance to grow.
So you're doing these daily micro pushes of your boundaries, and that frees you up as well. I guess that frees up energy, and it probably gives you a lot more confidence and strength, right? Because I've seen that a big shift in you too, your confidence.
You show yourself what you're capable of.
Yeah. So you become more and more fearless because you've got experience seeing yourself having overcome.
More exactly.
I'm not afraid of this. No big deal.
Did I tell you about they thought I was having a heart attack? The hospital?
When you were describing what was going on?
To the doctors?
I kind of overheard it from someone, but not the full story. Can you tell us?
Well, maybe for these guys have heard it a million times, but for the cameras. So I had a concussion. Yeah. This is where it almost scared me if it's the best. Because normally anything bad happens, it's the best. Like right now, I had no sleep last night. I popped an Advil. I have a fever. I know it. My throat's gone. It's the best. Like this is your chance to. No, it's not. It's amazing. Because when do you get pushed to your limits?
Right.
To see what you're made of, like pushing through this.
So you see every hardship as another opportunity to get to another level.
Because it is.
Another ceiling broken.
The only way to get to the next step is through overcoming hardship. So this is it.
So you're on the fast track because you always got problems.
You want problems.
Yeah.
Don't pray for less problems. Pray for more resourcefulness.
Yeah.
So I hit my head. I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
Nina wakes me up and like I don't know what's happening. They set up. The firemen came. They sit me up. You okay? I feel okay. Things are going good. And they're like, oh, I don't know. I can't feel my hand. My left hand. I can't feel it. I don't know. Like I can't move my fingers. I know it's gone. Oh, now guys, my left arm, like the whole arm is gone. I can't feel my arm. Oh, now my right hand is the same thing, like a tingling, I can't feel it.
Jeez, systematically.
And then, so then I'm sitting here like, I can't move either of my arms. It's like now, I'm explaining to them both arms, hands, I can't feel at all. I feel like I don't have any arms. And they think I'm having a heart attack. And in my head, I'm telling myself, this is what I'm thinking in my head, I'm calmly saying all this stuff, like I'm not freaking out, like what's happening? I can't move my arms. I'm just explaining everything. I am the greatest patient of all time.
That's awesome.
So it's popping in my head, like this is the best. Can't believe I'm like so calm in this.
So you're like patting yourself on the back in this situation.
Yeah. In the hardships, you pat yourself on the back.
That's awesome.
But here's the thing, I would never intentionally do that. You never intentionally put yourself in insane harm like that. But when you're there, because life is coming for you, crap is coming for you, how do you respond to it?
Yeah.
You either succumb to it, it's going to define you either way. You either succumb to it or you build from it. Your purpose ultimately comes from your pain, where we started this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Happiness comes from purpose comes from pain. Happiness comes from pain. It's the best.
It's the best.
So I've just been leaning in on that more and more and more, and then sharing with others and bringing them in. I don't know how many times people at these events here have said it's the best.
Well, yeah, it's your next T-shirt, right?
We're working on it.
Awesome. That's pretty sweet. Now, tactical question.
Yep.
Perhaps unrelated to the happiness thing, but
okay.
So
last one, because I think we got to pop.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Doesn't need more than 30 seconds if you don't interrupt me again.
Let's go.
So, okay. So on a tactical level, so I do these interviews, blah, blah, blah. So where should I also share some of these tidbits on other platforms other than YouTube? Or
Yeah,
YouTube I'd put long forms, or
you
would it be a dilution?
I don't know. No,
No?
it's not dilution. It's normal.
Right.
You could make this whatever 20-minute video. You can cut it down to 10 for IGTV. Cut it down to
Right.
1 for different clips.
And I could just even just do it like a teaser on IG or whatever. Hey,
as long as there's
go
value,
clip
though, not a
right.
promotion.
Like take a tidbit of
Yeah,
really
it's
good
gotta be
juicy
value.
stuff. And
Yeah.
say, this tidbit from my project,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Sweet,
Yeah.
that makes sense. High five, bro. Told you, 30 seconds.
If you want to spend some one-on-one time with me, I have a special offer happening right now. Go check out the website right next to me. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.